rather than mislead the other people because they had looked up to him,
right?
You know,
as a leader,
right?
You see, but our leaders today cause our people to err, man.
Right.
You know,
he got to be an elderly man, and they knew him for keeping the laws. You know, so rather than act like he was eating pork and breaking the laws and thereby making the resolve of the younger men to fail, he said, no, man, just kill me.
Yeah. And then because they wanted them to act like, they said, look, we'll even give you clean meat. Just act like you eat it. Because ultimately, what does that do? That gives our people, almost the younger people, like, oh, well,
give them the green light.
If he can eat it, well, we should eat it.
Right.
You know, just like our people look up to these leaders today. Well, if they're doing that, you know, like they putting on dresses. Like, okay, like LeBron, like how they got LeBron James and Shaq and all them putting on dresses.
Kevin Hart.
Our younger men see that and they say, you know what? Well, we can put on dresses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I look up to him. That's my favorite basketball player. That's my favorite football player. If they can wear a dress, I can wear a dress. Hell no, man. See? The Lord told you to not put on woman's clothing, man. Right. That's wicked, man. And the elites making y'all do that to effeminize our nation, the men of our nation, man.
Yep.
You know? And then you got the women of our nation siding on with it, saying it's okay, man. But you justifying that wickedness. And guess what? You got consequences that you got to pay for being justified. Just because you're not a part of the action, right? And you're justifying, don't mean you're exempt, man. Y'all the same party. Give me Proverbs 17 and 15.
And ultimately they promote it.
Yeah.
That be some of their biggest fans. Their friends be the little gay boys.
Yeah. I got 17 and 15. I got Acts 5 verse 29. It says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, rather than men. You know, so we're just bringing that statement out. That's how our people was back then. They said, look, we're going to obey the Heavenly Father. We're going to follow the law, statutes, commandments, rather than obey you men. And I'm talking about the ones that had dignity, the ones that had honor, you know, the ones that stood up, the ones that didn't give in, settle for doing the ways of the heathen.
Right. Book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 15.
Yeah.
He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
Yeah, so if you justify the wicked, if you justify homosexuality, you justify lesbianism, you justify basically doing everything contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments, bro, that's come on, man. You're now a partaker in that. Can you read that over for me, Brother Michelle?
Proverbs 17 and 15.
Yeah.
He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord.
So I spoke on them wicked people. You know, our people justify the actions of our people being wicked, man. You know?
Right. And they condemn the just, man. Yeah. They condemn the just, the ones that are out here, you know, rebuking in the gate.
Speaking uprightly.
Right.
Amos 5 and 10.
Right. Telling you that you need to change your wicked ways. They look at us like we crazy, like we doing something wrong. Oh, that's some BS what y'all doing out there. No, what y'all doing is some BS, man. And there's a payment that's gonna come with that, man.
Amos 5 and 10, bro.
All right.
What you said?
Amos 5 and 10.
Yeah.
Book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 10.
Yep.
They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh upright.
Right, so they hate us because we rebuke them, we correct them of their wicked ways and the error that they're doing, man. Right. You know, but it's really the Heavenly Father doing that, okay? And you think you disregarding us. No, you disregarding the Lord, man.
Right.
You see? But they hate it, man. Because wow, our people want to continue in their wickedness, man. They rebellious. Just like he told Ezekiel, man. I'm sending you into a rebellious, a stiff-necked, a hard-hearted people, man. And our people is super rebellious and stiff-necked, man. You can't tell them nothing. Even if it's positive and a gain for them, which this is, okay, but this is life. The way they go about is death. But even just on different notes, you try to give them something positive to them, you know, correction that will benefit them. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
Right. Prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things.
Right. Yeah.
Prophesy unto us deceits, man. All right.
So I want to bring this up because I forgot I had it open. I'm bringing it out. All right. So we're speaking of Helen. Okay. So need something? Yeah, I want to use it real quick. Okay, so basically when you go into the word Greek, right? We go into the word Greek. Type this in.
But yeah, there's more than one meaning for that word Greek. My brother's about to pull it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Acts. I'm gonna get Acts, right? We'll just get no, we'll get the famous one. They always like this. Romans. No, I thought it was there. Here we go. Here we go. This is the one. You know, the Christians like to run with. Romans 10 verse 12, where there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich to all that call upon Him. Now, why does it say there's no difference between a Jew or Greek? Because they're both Israelites, man. That's why. Okay, we just went into the history. Why are people were being called Greeks? Okay. Now let's go into the Greek word, which is Helen. Okay, the Greek word for Greek in Romans 10 and 12, when it says, "For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek," is Helen. Okay. Now you got the Zononym Compact Bible Dictionary. Let's see what the word Helen means. Okay. You go to Hellenist. It says Jews. Jews who made Greek their tongue, and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices. Those are the Greeks, man. So the Greeks are the Jews that adopted the ways of the Greeks.
Right. It's like the example of Paul, who said he is a Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin, but when he got beat by those centurions, he was like, "I'm a Roman citizen."
I'm a Roman citizen.
What you doing?
Yeah.
I'm a Roman.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you live here, you're called an American. You see what I'm saying? When in Rome, do as the Romans do. It's just when you're in a specific area and you take on to their customs, you're identified as those people.
Yeah.
You know?
Because right now I'm a what? Like we're American citizens.
We're Americans.
But we're Israelites by nationality, by blood.
Exactly.
You see? It's simple, man. Yeah, man. And guess what? The elites, who else? Not just the elites, the scholars, they know this information, man. They know that the Greeks are talking about the Jews. The Jew people don't know that, man. Okay, but I just wanted to make that point before I forgot about it.
And I wanted to get the scripture that, to back us up. You know where it says, "He shall be called low and meek, or you will no longer be my people."
Hosea 1 verse 10. You shall no longer be a people. Yeah, you should no longer be my people. Yeah.
Hosea chapter 1,
Verse 10.
verse 10.
Yeah.
Get the number of children of Israel to be. Is it? Oh, okay. Hosea chapter 1, verse 9.
Right.
Then said Yahweh, call his name Lo and Me,
Yep.
for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. So he said, I will not be your God. He was already our power at this particular moment, you know, but he cast us off. So that's why he told him to call the baby Lo and Me, you know. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. So this is where he cast us off and said, y'all are not my people no more. This is how we became Gentiles. Such were some of ye, we were all Gentiles in the flesh, led away with these dumb idols. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, get that, bro. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. 1 Corinthians 12. 1 Corinthians 12. Hey, and it shows you how we became Gentiles, bro. Different idol worship, bro. Because we were led away by the dumb idols, man. 1 Corinthians 12 and we'll start at 1. Yeah, 1. Yeah.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 1. Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have ye ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles.
You were Gentiles, go ahead.
Carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh Shai accursed, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shai is the Lord, but by the Holy Spirit.
That's the point.
That's the point.
Don't believe Ephesians 2:11. Ephesians 2:11. So I told you, look, ye were Gentiles. Ye were parents think Gentiles carried away. Now how do we become Gentiles? Carried away by dumb idols, man. Those are the different ways how we should change these Gentiles.
The Most High cast us off, man.
Yep.
He said, y'all ain't gonna be my people no more. Y'all are polluted.
Yeah.
Y'all are corrupt.
Y'all polluted my sanctuary.
Yeah,
Y'all done corrupted yourself amongst these idols I told you not to deal with. Have no other, the first commandment. Don't have no other God besides me. First thing our people did, man. After he brought them to the Red Sea, showed them all the miracles. Moses went up there to the mountain. They got so impatient that they told Aaron, oh, let's make a golden calf.
But it said right there in Hosea 1 that right after he said, I will not be your power, he said it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto you, you are not my people.
And this is one of those places that we're saying we're not the people of the Lord. Hey, in Egypt, we knew we were Israelites. The Assyrian captivity, we knew we were Media Persian, the Persian, even the Greeks. We knew we were Israelites, a lot of our people, until a lot of them got Hellenized. You see, even we're dealing with Timothy's father, okay? Timothy's father, it says he's a Greek, but Timothy's father was an Israelite that was accustomed to the Greek way of life. You see?
Right. That's exactly what it is, man. Alright, what do you want in Ephesians?
Ephesians 2:11.
Alright, the book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore, remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh.
Whoa. Rewind that back, bro. It says ye being in times past. Go ahead.
Gentiles in the flesh.
In the flesh. Go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Read that over, please, and get Romans 2:28.
Wherefore remember that ye being in time past Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision,
that are called uncircumcision
by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand, that at the time ye were without Hamashiach, being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel and strangers from the covenant of promise, having no hope and without Yahweh in the world.
We had no hope when we was being Gentiles and dealing with these other idols, man. It's a heavy idolatry. Okay, but let's see what uncircumcision is and circumcision. Get Romans 2 and 28. We're gonna show you
Romans chapter 2, verse 28.
Yeah, but hold on. I know it's that, but I want to see if there's a little bit more meat. See a little bit more meat down there? Romans. I said Romans 2 and 28? No, it's locked in. Romans 2, verse 25.
Romans 2, verse 25. For circumcision verily profiteth if thou keep the law. But if thou be a breaker of the law, thy circumcision is made uncircumcision.
Right, so we know circumcision is keeping of the law, right? Well, go ahead.
Therefore, if the uncircumcision keep the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision?
So uncircumcision is the ones that work keeping the law, the statutes, the commandments, the ways of the Heavenly Father, right? But the ones that the circumcision was. So the Jews in the Holy Land grew up to the customs and the way of life of keeping the ways of the Heavenly Father. But the ones that were scattered out, right, the Israelite foreigners, they weren't. See, so they were called the uncircumcision. See?
Right, and they were more than likely not physically circumcised either.
Right.
So when it talks about them that are circumcised, when they start breaking the law, then that circumcision of the flesh made with hands becomes of nothing, because you're breaking that one those commandments, you know.
And that's where they were pissed at Peter. They were pissed at Peter and them, because they was like, look, man, hey, man, you bringing heathens into the temple. You bringing heathens in, man, because they looked at our people as heathens of keeping the ways of the other nations, man. They wasn't circumcised. They wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. So they're like, hey, man, what you doing, man? Why you bringing them people into the temple, man? You know, what they don't know is, and they didn't know you all properly. They're coming on back in through faith, man. You know, it's about faith. Okay. So Ephesians 2:11 again, you got it?
Book of Ephesians, chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in time past called Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision.
Who are called uncircumcision. The reason why, because they wasn't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcision by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hand.
Yeah, but that which is called, that, them is the Jews. Jews were circumcised, man. You know, they grew up that way. But the ones that grew up in the foreign lands weren't. Okay? So there you go. That's how you know who the circumcision is and who the uncircumcision is. You got something?
Let's see here. Therefore, if the uncircumcision keeps the righteousness of the law, shall not his uncircumcision be counted for circumcision? And shall not uncircumcision, which is by nature, if he fulfill the law, judge thee, who by the letter and circumcision doest transgress the law? For he is not a Jew, which is one outward, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh. But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly. And circumcision is that of the heart in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of Yahweh. You know, and that's what the Pharisees was doing. You know, keeping the letter to the T, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? The law to a T, outward. They were doing everything to be seen. Look, I'm circumcised on the 8th day. This, that, and the other. Look at my fringes. Look at this. Look at that. My beard. You know.
And they was making it hard for the ones that was coming in through the faith, man.
Right.
You know,
they was basically trying to cast down the faith of some.
And ultimately, a lot of them. They didn't believe in prophecy, man, when you deal with the scriptures. A lot of them, the wicked ones, okay? The wicked ones, they didn't believe in prophecy, man. But they was unbelievers, man. And Yahweh Shai, but they believed in the Old Testament.
Right. Now, and what they really was denying was that the Most High chose them, which was called uncircumcision, and didn't choose you, then that one you look at as uncircumcision might judge you one day, man. You know,
I believe it's Romans 11, right? You know okay, go to Romans 11 verse 16.
Romans 11 and 16. Yeah. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches.
See?
And if, listen. And if some of the branches be broken off, and now being a wild olive tree were grafted in amongst them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree, boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee.
But you gotta understand, this is the same tree, man.
Right.
This is the same tree, so this is the same people. Go ahead. 3:17 again.
And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, were grafted in amongst them, and with them partakers of the root and fatness of the olive tree, boast not against the branches. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in.
Now who was being grafted in, brother?
It's the Israelite foreigners.
Right, and they told him not to boast against the branches, which I believe the branches was the Jews.
Yeah.
You know?
The ones who was keeping the law, who the Most High was casting off for their unbelief and their wickedness. Right?
Yep.
You know? So boast not because you get grafted in, having not kept the law your whole life, not being circumcised in the flesh, you know, and being perfected in the law. Don't boast, because then you don't really have the root.
Right, because the Lord also said he was going to save what? The 10th of Judah first, right? I got it. Zechariah 12 verse 7, it says, the Lord also shall save the 10th of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and of the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. So it's going into what it was saying, man. Don't boast yourselves, man, against the branches, man. You know? There's more on that. There's more on that, bro.
No, I just was thinking about, I just saw this car, this Jake driving, right? It got that sticker on it that say coexist. With all them symbols for all those different religions that people practice on the back of it. But it got a big old dent in the side of it. Because that belief, that acceptance belief in this Christianity, this everybody's the same thing, that junk is getting dented and getting kicked around and it's about to be destroyed, man.
Yeah.
That junk is folly, man. Anyway. Alright, Romans 11 and 19. What thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off, that I might be grafted in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off. And thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. For if Yahweh spared not the natural branches, take heed, lest he also spare not these.
See? Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, hey, like the scripture said.